Hey, what's going on, guys? We're going to go through a really quick tutorial on how to change your spark plugs on your 4th gen Mazda 3 Turbo. This should apply to pretty much all of the 2.5 turbo models. There may be some small variances, I'm not sure. But yeah, let's get right into it. All right, I am using these NGK plugs. They are part number 90288. The factory ones were like 30 bucks a piece. These were $13 a piece on Rock Auto. To get started here, we're going to want to go ahead and remove the negative battery terminal. This is a 10mm socket here. Just loosen that up, pull it off and set it to the side. Taking this engine cover off, super simple. All you literally have to do is pull up. This thing pops off. We'll set this off to the side. Once that engine cover is off, we can see the 4 coil packs here. Unfortunately, Mazda did put this plate over it. There are 1, 2, 3 bolts and one that attaches to the turbo heat shield that we need to remove. To do this, you are going to need a 5/16 socket. It does definitely help if you have an extension, and just for the heat shield bolt, you will need that 10mm. 3 bolts again, or this first one. Second one's here. And your third one is going to be behind this tube right here. Fortunately, once you break them loose, they are super easy. You can just grab that extension and pull these right out. Once you get the 3 bolts out of here and the 4th on the heat shield, you've got a ton of play here. This will be easier if you go ahead and remove this hose, but you don't have to. There is enough room between this slot and up here where we can get to these 4 coil packs. Again, these are the 5/16. Once you get all 4 of those bolts out, you can go ahead and we're just going to lift straight up, pull these coil packs, and we're just going to set them off to the side here. All right, once you're at this point, you've got the coil packs removed. We now have access to all 4 of the spark plugs. What you want to do is do this one at a time. By that I mean take this one out and replace it with the new one. You don't want to leave this open and have any potential for dirt or debris to fall inside your cylinders. So again, this is a 9/16 spark plug socket. It's got some rubber in there. It's also magnetic so that it can pick up that spark plug. All right, so we got spark plug 1 out here and it doesn't look too bad. The manual says, or it's recommended that you change these every 40,000 miles. I am just over that, so I am changing these to be safe. And here's a quick shot of the new one on the left here, the old one on the right. These are already pre-gapped, so you don't have to worry about that. And you are going to need a torque wrench. These require 14 foot-pounds. All right, when you go ahead and put these spark plugs in, You're going to want to make sure you thread these in by hand first, just till it's snug, and then we're going to go ahead and torque it down. That extension that I mentioned earlier is a huge help here. Make sure you get one of those. And then we are going to 14 foot-pounds here. And there we are. Alright guys, here's a quick look at how the spark plugs look after about 45,000 miles. Once you get all of the new ones in, we're just going to repeat the steps in reverse. So we're going to go ahead and pop the coil packs back in, tighten down the 4 bolts, and then the 3 bolts on the plate up there, and the 4th for the heat shield. After that, we just put the engine cover back on and we are all done. All right, so like I just said, now that we got all of the new spark plugs in and tightened down to 14 foot-pounds, we're gonna go ahead and stick these coil packs back in. The hole here for the spark plug is a little bit small, so that can be kind of tricky getting this back in, especially this 4th one where that hose is still attached here. Go ahead and just try to carefully get that in there. We can move this pretty much right out of the way. You do want to make sure that that is on the spark plug before pushing this down too much, or it won't seat correctly. You'll know once that seats in correctly. It will not go down all the way until it is in the correct position. Now, I think this might be a good time to mention, probably goes without saying, but make sure your engine is cool before doing this. I waited about an hour after driving home from work to do this, and the engine is plenty cool enough for me to get in here and work on it. All right, so once those are seated, there are these 4 bolts, and they are longer than the ones that hold that plate down. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of a difference there. All right, once those are tightened down, we just need to replace the 3 bolts for this plate. We can go ahead and get our engine cover back now, and this literally just pops into place here. So line these tabs up, push her down, you're good to go there. And then obviously don't forget to reconnect the negative battery cable here. All right, now that we're all done, last step is just going to be going ahead and making sure that you did everything right. So go ahead and start the car. And she purrs like a kitten. All right, y'all, thanks for watching. This is just a quick, real easy tutorial. This maybe takes, I'd say, about 30 minutes to an hour to complete by yourself. No need for a friend on this one. unless they're there for a beer or pizza support. If you like what you see, go ahead and like and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.